A lot of places make a big deal, don't they, of how locally they source their product. And behind me here is a pub, restaurant, a pub we're going to call it, the Gunton Arms, that makes that bold claim. And I think it's probably going to be justified because it's set here in some parkland, has a load of deer running around it. And they source their venison right from outside their door. It's not far from Cromer. I'm in Norfolk. So they get a lot of crab from there. Pigs are local to here that they use for the pork. Yeah, I think local provenance is a big, big thing here. Now this place is listed in the Michelin Guide. It has a Bib Gourmand, which means relatively reasonably priced food of a very high quality. I am looking forward to trying it. Do you know what? I could just stay out here though and look at this parkland for ages. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let's get inside and find out what this place is all about, shall we? Apparently, they cook a load of stuff over fire. So folks, I've come into the place and I'm definitely calling it a pub because there's a huge bar area in here with a pool table. It's got a dartboard. That's not a restaurant, is it? That is a pub. Maybe we'll call it gastropub. I'm here a little early, so my table is not ready yet. So I've come into this little waiting area. Nice leather chair for me to sit on here. One thing I have noticed wandering around the place, taking a few shots, and maybe this is something to be aware of if you're coming here with, I don't know, elderly relatives or young children. In amongst the sort of scenes of, you know, sort of old photos of the building and people who sort of lived in the estate and rural scenes or whatever, there are some fairly risque images, right? Possibly beyond risque. So just be mindful. I'm not going to put them on screen, so I don't want to get demonetized, to be honest with you. But yeah, there's one or two things which yeah, might shock one or two people. So just be mindful of that if you wanted to book this for a family gathering. So I've been brought through into the dining room, and across the way I can see the open fire that they're cooking some of the meats on. Yeah, it smells incredible. The menu here. It's all printed up on this piece of paper, and it's a daily changing menu. Bunch of starters on there. Some stuff that's being cooked on that fire. We've got sirloin steaks, pork chops, venison sausages. Oh, that might be the way to go. Some sort of more pub classic things with your pies and fish, lamb shoulder, that kind of thing, and some sides. 7 or 8 different desserts, some bar snacks you can get as well. I'm here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a weekday, and it's busy. I think that tells you something, doesn't it? Okay, so to start with, I'd love off the special thing, the crab, the Cromer crab.
Lovely.
I mean, that's what, 5 miles up the road from here, is it?
Exactly, from Cromer.
So you can't go wrong with that, can you? And for the main, I mean, the venison sausages, again, they were probably wandering around here.
Venison as well.
Yeah, perfect. So that sounds...
That comes with onion gravy and mash.
Yeah, I think I have that just as it comes, yeah.
And last question, any allergies?
No allergies, no. All good, thank you. There we go, order is in. I've gone with the local dressed Cromer crab. Now, I'm from Dorset. Portland crab is the benchmark for me, but I know Cromer crab is very, very famous up around these parts. So I'm more than happy to give that a try. And the venison sausages, obviously the venison from the park I can see out of my window. Can't get more local than that, can you? Really looking forward to this. First course is here. Nice and simple. Dressed Cromer crab here, a little bit of brown bread, a homemade mayonnaise to go with it, and dressed salad. You've got some little cherry tomatoes there, some cucumber, and a bunch of different mixed leaves. Lemon here too. One little thing that I would have liked, possibly, is for that to have been wrapped in muslin so that you don't squeeze all your pips into the crab. Let's see if we can do it carefully. There we are. Not too much, because you don't really want to overpower that sort of delicate crab meat, do you? It looks like it's been nicely done. Hopefully it's all been picked well. Not going to get any bits of shell in there. Like I say, I'm used to Portland crab. The crabs that I see down there are a little bit bigger than this, but I think this one works because it's a starter portion. You don't want it to be too big, do you? We'll get some of this white meat off the top first. Lovely, delicately flavoured. Fresh as fresh can be. Oh yeah, that's a bit of me. Down underneath we've got the brown. That's always a little kind of, well, no, describe it as like wetter. Do you know what I mean? But it's more intensely flavoured than the white meat too. I quite like it if you get like a crab sandwich. It's got a mixture of both in there. So you get slightly different textures, but you get a bit more of that intensity of flavour out of the brown crab too. It's really good. And I gotta say, even though it looks like it might not be the biggest crab in the world, there's plenty of meat here. There is plenty of meat. And it really is lovely. Let's try a little bit of this salad. Quite a lot of salad here. Different leaves. There's something a bit rockety in there. Ooh. Oh, I look like Littland's guinea pig then. Munching it down. Lovely dressing on that. Obviously made with oil. But a fairly good whack of vinegar in it. And the crab goes beautifully with the leaves too. And the salady elements. I'm probably as guilty of this as anybody. Why don't we make our own mayonnaise at home more often? It's such a simple thing to do. And you'll get a far better one than you will from your supermarket bottles. You can flavour it with things. And it's so much more silky and luxurious. It's definitely something I'm looking at doing a bit more at home. Because it's so easy, you can do it in seconds. The bread, just brown bread, but from a proper sort of baker's loaf, not a supermarket bread. Yeah, like a malted brown bread. That works well with the crab too. Overall, a very tasty starter. And it's nice to have something that is so local. Dorset boys, still going to prefer my Portland crab, out of loyalty. But this is pretty damn good. I'm just using the remaining bread to mop up all of the little bits of crab out of this shell. It's a premium ingredient, you don't want to waste any of it. A little bit more information about this place. So, opened in 2011. Now the park it's on is not really sort of public land, it's privately owned, but this building is on the park, so you can access this and a little bit of land around it, but not the whole deer park, you know? The guy who runs this, or the head chef here, used to be a head chef under Mark Hicks, so there's some pedigree there too. Maybe that's why we've got the crab on here. Mark Hicks used to have a place down in Lyme Regis. And obviously, you know, the Lyme Bay crab, the Portland crab, whatever, was a regular feature on the menu there. Here we go, folks. Venison sausages, mash, and onion gravy. Cooked over the fire. I actually saw the sausages being cooked there. Great aroma. And I think that's probably mostly coming from that gravy. Looks rich, intense. Yeah, lovely. When the guy brought it over to the table, he told me it was very hot, and it is a very warm plate. Asked me if I wanted anything else. I said, yeah, can I get some mustard? I like a bit of mustard on my sausages. And of course, because we're in this part of the world, it's Coleman's mustard, isn't it? Had to be really, didn't it? Even sourcing their mustard locally. So let's get into this. I mean, I love English mustard. There we go. Here we go then, folks. Let's pick the biggest, fattest one. Cut it open. Oh, you see that inside there? Lovely coarse looking meat. Not too finely ground. Yeah, I think that's going to be really tasty. So here we go. Venison, sausages and mash. Like I say, you cannot get any more locally sourced than this. The deer that made this sausage was running round outside the building not so long ago. In fact, I'm going to try it first without the mustard. That's delicious. When I used to run a pub, that was near a deer park. We'd occasionally get venison as well. Either to put, in stews or sellers like venison steaks. But venison sausages a lot of the time. And I think they work particularly well for sausage mash and gravy. And they got a richer, almost kind of beefy taste. Just a bit more of a depth of flavour than a pork sausage is going to have. That's really good. 3 sausages in a portion, and they're really good, chunky sausages too. How much is this on the menu? I don't think it's that expensive, is it? £19.50. Okay, maybe sort of top end for sausage and mash. But when you're dealing with this kind of quality, I don't think that's unreasonable, do you? Let's try this mash. See if I can find a bit without too much of the gravy on. Very well seasoned. You guys know that's a bugbear of mine when things aren't seasoned properly. This certainly is. Nicely salted. And it's kind of a more rustic mash. It's not like there's lumps in it, but it's thick, It's not one of these chefy mashes. And it can't afford to be with this amount of gravy over the top of it. You're just going to end up with a potato and gravy soup. It's got to be robust, doesn't it, to hold up against the liquid of the gravy. Speaking of which, I'm going to get some of this onion in the gravy. Chances of this not going down my top as I try and get it in my gob? Pretty low. Lovely, thank you. Check back there, mid-mouthful. Oh, yeah. This is my kind of grub. It's hearty. It's local. It's done well. I've seen 2 or 3 other tables getting this too. And I can't say I blame them. What a treat. Let's try some with the mustard on. Here we are. Right, Coleman's English mustard is a classic, isn't it? I think, there are different mustards that are appropriate for different situations, aren't there? But I reckon for most English things, a pork pie, sausage and mash, to go with your roast beef, you want that sharpness, that fiery heat from a proper English mustard. It kind of makes your tongue tingle. Clears your sinuses in seconds. Yeah, this is proper. Just been over to have a little chat with the chef working the fire there. He's cooking his steaks. They look incredible close up, I tell you. They got a rib of beef on the menu here as well. £110. Comes with goose fat roast potatoes. He said, oh, you got to come back and try that sometime. Yeah, it's only a 5-hour drive. No problem at all. No problem at all. A rib of beef, 110 quid. I mean, I'd have to bring someone with me for that, wouldn't I? I've been brought some more cutlery. Sneakily here, on their main menu, they show the dessert. So you can't even, get full towards the end of the meal. When they come over and say, oh, would you like to look at dessert? No, I couldn't. Because I can already blooming see them. Some great sounding options on here. Chocolate and walnut brownie. A Norfolk treacle tart. I mean, treacle tart I had down at Simpsons in the Strand the other day. That might get me more into treacle tarts than sticky toffee puddings. But there's one word on this dessert menu which piques my interest more than pretty much anything else. That word is rhubarb. A white chocolate and rhubarb cheesecake. That is how I'm finishing my meal. Here we go, folks. It's the final act of the meal. The dessert, the white chocolate and rhubarb cheesecake. This rhubarb, they grow in their own garden. You thought the deer was local. You guys know me and rhubarb. Absolutely love it. This has been done really nicely. Obviously it's served chilled. You wouldn't pour hot rhubarb all over a cheesecake. But the way they've cooked it, it's sweet but not overly sweet. You still have a tiny, tiny bit of, not bite, but texture to it, you know? It's not just sludgy. That's delicious. Okay. Let's go into this cheesecake. Here we go. Oh, come here. Got a nice little wobble to it. That's a very, very well-made cheesecake. And you guys know, I have my favourite cheesecake place down in Dorset, Jim's Cheesecakes. And as I say, nothing ever seems to get close to what that magician can do with a cheesecake. This, I think, is about the closest I've found. It's light. It's almost got that wobble like a panna cotta would have. Biscuit base, really thin, but packed with buttery, biscuity flavour. You can see the white cheesecake there in the middle. Wow. Like I said, I've probably eaten enough with that crab salad to start, and definitely with the sausage and mash, to not warrant a pudding. But would you seriously turn down a pudding like this? I'll tell you one thing. This guy wouldn't. That is the closest I've got to a Jim's cheesecake ever. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, this is rather lovely, folks. I've just come outside into their kind of beer garden area to sum up. And just behind me there on the horizon, maybe you can just about see it, are all the deer roaming around. Don't get too close to the chef. It'll be dinner tonight. Nah, that was a real treat, that was. That was a real treat. What did I have? The whole dressed Cromer crab, £17.50. Delicious. Really nice, fresh, light starter. Good amount of salad on there. Yeah, substantial enough, certainly. The venison sausages with the mash and the onion gravy, £19.50. I think that's decent value. I do, for produce of that quality. The deer, obviously from here, get butchered, taken to a local butchery, turned into sausages and various other sort of cuts of meat they do. They go onto that fire. Yeah. Can't get more local than that. It's there. Then the rhubarb cheesecake, £9.75. The rhubarb is grown in the garden here. And it's a great cheesecake. A really, really great cheesecake. So, overall, what did I pay? There was a service charge of 12.5% on there, £5.84. Gives me a total of £52.59 for an exceptional three-course lunch. Now, I didn't have any drinks. I ordered some sparkling water when I got there. And I assumed, generally speaking, that means you're going to get a bottle of sparkling water, isn't it? And I did. But it was actually a bottle of tap sparkling water. So I ended up not paying for a drink. That's good in a place like this, you know. Quite often you'll find they'll just give you a bottle of, you know, whatever branded sparkling water there is and charge you a £5 for it. But no, not here. I've got to say, I'm really impressed with this place. Very, very busy. Really, really friendly. The cookery's great. I had a chat with the chef. He knows what he's doing. That fire with the hot plate on the top where they're cooking all the steaks and whatever, trying to regulate the temperature by moving things around the whole time. Yeah, they know what they're doing here. They know what they're doing. I can see why the Michelin Guide picked up on this place. And I think for a 3-course lunch like that, and a shade over 50 quid including the service charge, that's fair. And that's why they've got that Michelin Bib Gourmand. Got to come up with the score. I mean, it's... How can I be picky? Like I said, possibly the salad was overdressed. Is that worth taking half a point off for? I don't think so. The decor that I mentioned in there earlier, you know, on top of the rural scenes, 1 or 2 risque and beyond pictures on the wall. I didn't mind it. Some people might. Nah, there's nothing there that I'm going to take them down any score for. It's a simple 10 out of 10 for me. Absolutely brilliant. This is the Gunton Arms. We're north of Norfolk, just 5 miles away from Cromer. It's wonderful. And what a peaceful, beautiful location this is too. How good is this? Imagine coming here in the summer, sitting out here on the tables, enjoying a nice foamy pint of British ale, watching the deer run around. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video as much as I clearly have enjoyed being here, don't forget, click a thumbs up on there. Ding your bell for notifications if you're subscribed to the channel. Have a look round the vault. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Hype the video if you're on a mobile device. God, there's so many things I have to ask you guys to do these days, isn't there? I'll see you next time, eh? Where? I don't know. Bye for now.